A lot of people with high IQs are terrible investors because they have terrible temperaments. You need to keep raw, irrational emotion under control. And that's by Charlie Munger, and he's one of my favorite investors. If you're in the investing game, you probably know his name. He's right up there with the greats. And I think that's a great thing to remember right now. I'm just going to do a video to try and show you that in any type of market there is winners out there. And let's see if we can try and dig out a few.
Yeah. Coincidence. Yeah. Coincidence. Yeah. Coincidence. Something that happens by chance, I think not.
What is the crack, everyone? Welcome back to Buy Wholesale. I hope, of course, you're all well. Today's video, we're just talking about what's happening. Every day you seem to be getting it up a bit, we get pounced. Yesterday, we picked on Matterport. Thankfully, it has such a good run at the start, I was able to close out that position before it went completely and utterly down the toilet. It was brutal yesterday, let's be honest. And the first thing I want to show is this. This is what I told my elite Discord members today. Again, get in the Discord, get in the course, save yourself a fortune. The heat map from yesterday was brutal. Now, it's not as bad as I've seen. There has been a lot worse, which probably isn't going to bring a lot of comfort, but you can see here, financial sector, brutal. Really, really red. The big boys, semi-okay. You know, the reason this has all happened is because of their only own, the case. I mean, it was apparent. You look at the world news. Again, we always talk about you have to keep an eye on the news for obvious reasons. Europe, the variant got their lockdowns. UK follows suit. So it was only natural that the US has come there. So I prepared for it, and I still struggle to sometimes understand, well, if I know it, smart money knows it, and they're all pulling out the money, why is the market sometimes still going up? It should all be pulling back. And then when the news breaks, it drops and you go, but come on, open your eyes. You could have seen that this was going to happen. So I don't understand that. It's just going to settle. It's just going to cool. We talked about in a couple of weeks ago, the video of everyone pulling out of the S&P trackers. That's just what's happening. And see this whole fear of you just got to buy the dip and hold. I've been preaching about it for months now. It's nonsense. You don't just buy the dip and hold. Now, there is certain stocks on this channel that we are in long-term investing, but we've always timed our dips. We've always taken good profit as and when it comes up. And the idea behind that is because you cannot time the types of stocks we're in. We're in penny stocks, you know, real high hopes, Premier African Minerals, Kodal, for example. These ones could pop 50, 60% at any given time. No chart in the world is going to tell you that. So I just prefer to long hold it, kind of have my risk allocation sorted, and that's what that is. And yesterday we had Kodal up about 12%. So that's kind of my point there. You can't time everything, but the majority of your money, I keep preaching it, you gotta either have it in cash reserves or be swinging in and out and keeping really cash heavy. And that's been the situation for myself. And most of you is probably on the channel for the last 6 months. But within every sector, there is opportunity. And if I was to look at this heat map, where would my eyes be drew to? I'd be going, right, okay. What was good? Applied materials. So what happened yesterday? We opened the position on applied materials because it was showing good reversal. Which brings me to another point. So if people think you hold on and you buy the dips and you never sell, certain stocks potentially that's fine with, but the majority, if you're say holding Apple, you buy the dips and hold on, things like that, there's no point doing that. There really isn't. You're just setting yourself up for failure and just buying dips, hopelessly throwing money at things. Don't be that guy. You should swing trade. Definitely in the scenario when the markets are so unsteady. That may have done you well the last couple of years because it was the best bull runs we've ever seen. That is not the normal stock market. That is just a fake period of time. A lot of retail investors, a lot of pumps, a lot of memes, all of this. I've done articles. Check out all my writers' articles. Talked about it with writers about the meme craze. All of this stuff, it's just guff, it's FUD. The real smart money is pulling their money out. They're getting out, they're protecting themselves. Funds every single day. If you go into ARX Invest, you can sign up to their newsletter, which I have done, and it tells you every day they are buying and selling. They're not hodl and just leaving things. They buy and sell, trim profits, buy dips. They do it strategically, and you should do the same. Smart money's doing this for a reason. They are fund managers for a reason. So you have to trade like that. So applied materials yesterday didn't open up a huge position, but you'll see here that on the day chart, switch it to a day chart, all our indicators, everything about applied materials looked good. So if we look at my watch list, for example, yesterday was a bloodbath, but there was winners. And you can scroll down it, but generally speaking, it was a bloodbath. Look at these ones. Absolute brutal. Some great stocks, but might I add, but they're brutal. And I feel that there's maybe a change happening. The EV plays have run their course. There's no reason why they have tanked so hard. There is a change happening here. But there's winners. And if I look back at the heat map, what's the winner? When there's a virus going about, what's going to be the winners? guess what? It's going to be the healthcare. So in this scenario, I'm not giving financial advice, not telling you what to do, but in this scenario, if I was still wanting to be in the stock game, which I am always going to be in the stock game, I'd be going, right, healthcare. What's the best companies? What's the ones that are showing the best reversals? Which ones are showing the key strengths? Which ones can we ride momentum on? And that's where I put my money. On the flip side then, I'd be looking at what sector got beat down the most. So I'd be looking at this going, right, okay, the semiconductor sector seemed to take it to tanking. Financial sector seemed to, well, the financial sector's been taking a tanking for about a month. But I'd be looking at them going, right, let's get some of these on the thing. PayPal, MasterCard, Visa, let's get them on the watch list. Because when the stocks are beaten down, there will be eventually a reversal. And when that reversal happens with these great companies, I want to be riding them back up. And that's all I wanted to say. Don't be fearful of the market. The market's brutal, but it's only brutal because you picked the wrong stocks. There's plenty of treats out there. There's always going to be winners. There will never be a day in the stock market where there will never be a winner. It's hard to find a winner, and the majority of stuff might go down, and the indices are looking poor. And we talked about in yesterday's video the shooting star that was appearing on the monthly S&P tracker. That scares the bejeebus out of me. It does. I think we could be in for one hell of a lean Christmas for a lot of people, but you don't want to be too fearful. Don't be panicking. If you are worried, pull out a lot of money and play with smaller beer. I don't know, but just be careful. I'm playing the game. I have no problem with it. Today, I'm going to be having a good look at the healthcare. I'll be looking at any of the stocks that are on my watch list for reversals. The reason I have a lot of these here is because they're stocks that I know and I trust and I like, and I have an idea how their pattern is. You can, of course, short. I'm not a big fan of shorting. You can, of course, short this stuff, and it probably wouldn't be the worst thing ever. But again, shorting should be more for the advanced users. So look, that's the video. If you're interested in all of this and you don't understand what all this means, my course is available. It will literally, step by step, you'll get my lovely voice, you'll get a few jokes, you get to see a bit of an insight to my life, and more importantly than that, you will learn how to protect yourself. We will learn how to pick stocks. You'll get access to my screeners that will tell you what stocks are friggin' hot right now, the stocks that are doing well in all this chaos. It'll go, here's 10 stocks that are doing well. We pull them up, we have a look, we check the right reversals, and we ride these things. If you're not interested in the course or you're thinking about it, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, keep up to date with it. I will steer you through this chaos as best I can. It's all okay. Deep breaths. It's only numbers that go up and down. And sure, you were never taking the money out anyway.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Something that happens by chance, I think not.